I'm Lauren Gibbons, reporter at ETF Stream, and today I'm joined by Brieuc Louchard, Head of ETF Cap Markets at AXA Investment Managers. Brieuc, great to have you on.
Likewise.
So maybe we can start with active ETFs, obviously the big hot topic at the moment. We've seen major growth over the last 4 to 5 years. What do you think has made this shift possible? And then maybe to extend this question, how well do active ETFs trade compared to their passive counterparts?
Yeah, I think I would say that we can be very proud collectively. By collectively, I mean us as ETF issuers, but it includes also, of course, all the other stakeholders like the AP, authorized participant, the market makers, the asset servicer, and even the regulators. And I'm saying proud because we made it happen. According to me, it's the biggest evolution of the ETF since the beginning. And few, I think, could have bet on that 15 years ago. And to your point, I think it's a success in the sense that on top of the AUM growth and all the product innovation, we see those products are traded relatively exactly the same way like their passive peers, with tight spread, with good liquidity, and the market makers are doing their job big time on that front. So yeah, again, I think bravo to all of us on that front.
Yeah, great stuff. Maybe we can dive into a little bit more about sort of that market making element. Some worry that market makers might struggle with the rise in active strategies. How important is issuer to market maker in communication and sort of managing that risk?
That's a fair point because with this big wave of all new entrants or even ETF issuers that are there for many years but that are starting to launch new active strategies, for these market makers, it can be a bit a headache sometimes because from one company to the other, the active strategy is very different. You have different asset management philosophy, which is far less visible in the passive world, of course, where you will check a couple of index providers. Here, you have much more, the population is much bigger, I would say. So it's clear that the communication between us, an ETF issuer, and those market makers is even more important than it used to be before. And I think the ETF capital market team, which I represent, has an even more crucial role on that front. We need to be super clear ahead of the launch of the ETF with our partner market makers and AP on, I don't know, like the, I would say, rebalancing regime, our in-kind philosophy on the fixed income active strategy that we do a lot at AXA IM, also on the primary market condition. Of course, these elements were already super important in the passive world, but with these active strategies, it's even more important. So to answer your question, I do have this feeling that with all those new entrants, all those new strategies, some may struggle a bit indeed, hence the fact that the communication need to be even better than it used to be.
And then maybe just a final question to close out today. What are some of your thoughts from some of the sessions at the event so far today?
Yeah, but no surprise there because I heard a lot about active ETF again. What I find a bit funny sometimes that I still hear people opposing ETF to mutual fund, and I like to remind everyone that ETF are mutual funds. So I don't like to oppose them. I think the ETF is an evolution of the mutual fund that we call traditional mutual fund. What I heard that is very interesting that we do see some asset management companies that are not running an ETF strategy yet, that are questioning themselves on the how. Like, is it like an ETF share class of an existing mutual fund, or doing something from scratch? Maybe potentially partnering with a white labeling platform, or like we've done at AXA IM, do it fully internally. So I think it's very interesting because we see that we are just at the beginning of this new big trend. So yeah, very insightful overall.
Well, great stuff. I think that's a great point to close out. Thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you
us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.